My name is Tyler Lanzarini. I'm a junior here at GCU, and this is me video for Com 100. So a little bit of background on myself. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, born and raised. I grew up in a two-parent household with 3 little siblings, 2 little brothers, and 1 little sister. I've always been very close with family. I keep in contact with both sets of my grandparents pretty much every day, and I try to stay in contact with my aunts and uncles and along with cousins. I just value family very much. Like I said, I did grow up with 3 siblings, 2 little brothers and 1 sister. Growing up, we've always been very competitive. Me and my brothers are always just competing to see who's the best. But I will say, one thing I've noticed about myself and them as well is we've always been very humble in terms of I've always had high praise for them more than I praise myself because I love showing off my family and what type of people they are. So like I said, I did grow up in a 2-parent household up until 2020 when I lost my father. And I think that's where I gained a very different perspective on life, and my self-esteem really changed. I realized in the grieving process that you get to choose what you make of your identity. So my self-esteem in myself has always been extremely high, especially ever since that, because I truly do think you shape what your life can be through your thought process. So I've always looked at myself in a very positive way and try to stick away from the negative. Another thing I've noticed about my self-concept after that was I do see myself as a leader, and I've always been very affectionate towards women, especially my mother and sister. I've always had a lot of sympathy for them because losing a person like that, I had to step up for them and be there for them and do what my dad would have done for them, especially during the grieving process. So the next thing I want to talk about is responsibility. I think as a man, my gender as a male, you have to be very responsible and carry out what life throws at you as a man. I've always been very responsible with my financials. I think that's extremely important, especially while growing up. And I've always been very responsible when it comes to my hobbies, such as mixed martial arts and weights. It is a responsibility of mine to get to the gym on time and put the work in because that's what's going to make me 1% better each day. Next thing I want to talk about is my communication ability. So like I said, I was born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri. I like to say St. Louis is the biggest, smallest city in America. A lot of the people I meet, especially from Arizona, they had friends just from their high school growing up. My situation was a little different. I had friends from 10 different high schools. So you know a lot of people in St. Louis, and I think that's attributed to my communication skills and made me a very good speaker over the years. My hobbies are, like I said, mixed martial arts. I love spending time with my family. The reference group I like to align myself with is competitive people and people who don't really have a ceiling on their mental, because I don't really like that energy reflected on me. Like I said, I think you get to choose what you make part of your identity, and I would like to be surrounded by people who shoot for the stars. And another reference group I like to associate myself with is my family, because those are the people who give me unconditional love and keep me pushing and keep me in a good mindset. And like I mentioned earlier, my relationships, I'm very close with my whole entire family. My grandparents, like I said, I talk to them every day. They've taught me a lot in this life, and I try to stay close to all my loved ones and the friends that I love. So that's a little bit about myself. I got nothing else. Thanks.